I just received some new perfumes, and so I wanted to share them with you because I'm super excited. I want to try out this one with you first because I've never heard of it. I just received it and I'm so curious. So this is the new Diptyque perfume. It's called Lazulio. It's an eau de parfum, and this is from a new collection in itself. It's called Les Encens de Diptyque, so the essences of Diptyque. And I went to the launch event last year maybe, and I loved so many of their perfumes in that specific collection because to me, Diptyque perfumes a lot of times are quite similar to each other. They have this specific, elegant, a little bit powdery DNA to them, and I talked to you about it a lot. And so this new collection of perfumes had, I don't know, it didn't really have a DNA. They were very different from each other. There was this tea-like green perfume, and then there was this very ambery warm perfume. So it is a very different approach for Diptyque. So when I saw this, I did not really know what to think of it. First of all, the packaging is so beautiful. So you saw the paper on here. They have this beautiful imagery, and I love the artwork of Diptyque in general. And then you get this pouch, and in here you get the fragrance, which looks like this. And I love the original packaging of the perfumes. I also love this packaging. It's so beautiful. They are all different from each other. Again, that's what Diptyque likes to do. I love this round top. And so yeah, let's get into this perfume. So the funny thing is that my husband is very much into vetiver in perfumes. And we just talked about his urge for a new vetiver scent. And 1 hour later, this arrived. I saw the notes and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy because this is a vetiver centered scent. So the main accords are aromatic, green, and fruity, made by Quentin Biche, so master perfumer who really likes his rhubarb. And we have just 4 notes, it seems: rhubarb, vetiver, benzoin, and floral notes. And some people say that it has similarities to a lot of rhubarb scents. There's one from Molten Brown, one from Floral Street. And there's also Encelade, which was also made by Quentin Biche, and that one also features rhubarb and vetiver. But to me, Marc-Antoine Barrois perfumes are very, very loud and in your face and very, very strong. And Diptyque scents tend to be very quiet and subtle. So I can smell this perfume from just the perfume bottle. The sprayer is super fine. So I don't get the benzoin. I don't really get that. Otherwise, I get all of the notes. It basically has 3 strong pillars. It has the very sour tart rhubarb. It has some floral touches to it, and they are floral notes. It's not a jasmine or a magnolia, something like that. It's very much so mixed florals, just to give it lightness, and it also makes it more unisex. And then for me, the strongest note is the vetiver, which in here is warm, it's creamy, it's sensual, but it's also earthy. And it gets more earthy and green as it dries down. So the rhubarb can be strong or more fleeting, and in here I feel like it goes into the background the more this one settles down. So the base, I would say that this one is a creamy green earthy vetiver scent that is fresh and even more so freshened up by floral notes and rhubarb. And those 2 other notes make it unisex, because otherwise vetiver centered scents to me are quite masculine leaning. I wouldn't wear them myself, but because of those 2 other notes, it's to me quite easy and palatable and I enjoy it quite a bit. And I don't think I've ever seen a vetiver scent like that from Diptyque. So to me, this is a win. And I, of course, showed it to my husband immediately, and he was in love. Love at first sight, or love at first sniff for him. Next up, we have 2 Thameen perfumes. And I have no Thameen perfumes in my collection, but I did try a lot of them. I tried the most popular ones, and I also tried this collection where they have this milky glass bottle that they use, and I loved pretty much all of these perfumes. But I wanted to try out something that I don't really hear a lot about. So I first wanted to try out Patiala. And this one has main accords of rose, citrus, and white floral. I had it on my hand in the morning because I wanted to test it out a bit, but now it's been a lot of hours. I showered, lotioned up, etc. So the smell is pretty much gone. So the top notes are aldehydes and citruses. The middle notes are rose and orange blossom, and the base notes are amber, musk, and oak moss. So I immediately was like, wow, this reminds me of something. And it's so crazy because I don't even have to smell it to know that this is going to remind me of this other perfume. So every time I see amber and oak moss in combination, a lot of times I get a Baccarat Rouge DNA. It's just what I smell, and I think it's the same for a lot of other people. It's just the DNA that we're used to now, and you either like it or you don't. So for me, this one, when I first smelled it, was a straight up 50-50 combination of Baccarat Rouge, the base, and then a Lush store. So if you've ever been to a Lush store or near a Lush store, you know that smell of a lot of smells. It's green, it's fun, it's alluring, it's a little bit spicy, sweet, floral. So you have a mixture of a lot of scents once you enter a Lush store. And I love that smell. It's a lot, but I love that concoction of smells in there. And so this combined with this very elegant, light and fluffy Baccarat base, it's really, really nice. It's really, really nice. And this Lush thing that I smell dries down quite a bit and gets more subtle. And so what I am left with is this amber oak moss musk base, basically. I don't really get a lot of orange blossom, to be honest, especially not as it dries down. I would say the most note I get as well as the base notes is the rose. That is what I smell, but it's a very delicate plush rose. It's not very in your face or classic. It is a really, really nice scent. And now I have these 2 perfumes, and I can tell you these perfumes are very delicate. They're very elegantly made, very fine, and not in your face, not at all, but very, I don't know, subtle, but still alluring. You want to smell it even more. And I don't have that feeling a lot anymore with perfumes. So I was super surprised by those perfumes. The next one is again from Thameen, and this is Royal Sapphire. So this one has main accords of citrus, white floral, and amber. And when my husband first smelled it, he was like, oh, this is like a freshy type of perfume, like a shower gel type of perfume. And then I looked at the notes and I was like, wow, you're actually quite right. So the top notes are mandarin orange and bergamot. The middle notes are orange blossom and jasmine. And the base notes are amber, oak moss, woody notes, and patchouli. So again, amber and oak moss, maybe they like that combination. I'm not too sure. So when I first smelled it, I thought that I've smelled this perfume before, and until now I cannot tell you what it reminds me of. But from what I gathered from all the reviews, I think that it is a concoction of different types of perfumes, especially in the designer world. So a lot of people say that it reminds them of a designer perfume. And some people mean that in a bad way, and some people mean it in a positive or good way. And I always tell you, for example, Burberry Goddess, which actually it reminds me of a little bit. Burberry Goddess has this designer DNA, and I do not know what it is about it, but I can just smell it. I don't know what it is. And so this one has this similar vibe going on. It's creamy, it's sweet. It has something citrusy that is quite sweet, and then something floral. But I don't really get jasmine. I more so get the orange blossom, but it's not a straight up authentic orange blossom scent. I would say it's more so a floral notes type of scent. But then you get the more synthetic base, I would say. And a lot of people say that this is an ambroxan bomb. And it says amber, ambra, things like that in here. On Perfumo and on Fragrantica it says woody notes, amber, oak moss. So, the thing is with those sides that they don't match up. So either way, it seems quite ambroxan heavy. There is this base to it, definitely. That reminds me of Libre by Yves Saint Laurent. But that one is a lot more in your face, more loud, more intense, and to me more sharp. This, same goes with the Patiala, is a very creamy, smooth scent that has touches of this orange blossom Libre DNA, this warm, creamy sweetness from Burberry Goddess. But then you also have this ambroxan shower gel vibe, which maybe reminds me of something like Mont Blanc Signature, something like that. And that is what I mean with this concoction of scents that I get in here. So it's definitely, to me, a mass appealing scent that I have not smelled like that before. But since it is, to me, a combination of a lot of very popular scents that I all like, I think that this is something that you could look into if you like all of those scents I just talked about, but want something more creamy, smooth, and well-rounded. And the last one for today is the new Acqua di Parma perfume. And this is called Gelsomino a Freddo. Main accords are woody, white floral, and earthy. And the notes are, in the top we have pink pepper, artemisia, and lemon. In the middle we have jasmine, iris, and black tea. And in the base we have patchouli, guaiac wood, and nagar motha. So a lot of patchouli today. I feel like patchouli is getting more popular again. And this is quite a strong sprayer, just so you know. This one, to me, is a very classic smelling perfume. I would have never guessed that this is from 2025. It is so complex, it's so elegant. It is something that I see on an actress from maybe the 50s. There is a lot of things going on, and this, as I said, is quite complex. So you get something different in the beginning, then you get in the middle, and then the base. I firstly get a lot of pink pepper, and this is a note that is being used a lot, and you most of the time get something like spicy, you get something tingly in your nose, but in here you get authentic pink pepper. So if you like that smell that comes off if you grind pink pepper, this is what it smells like in the beginning, and it is quite a soapy scent to me, pink pepper. But you also get this patchouli and the guaiac wood that is in the base. You get it from the beginning, so it is quite an earthy, woody, slightly spicy scent, but it's not super heavy because you do get the floral notes and they lift it up, they lighten it up, and also the lemon is there to make it quite refreshing. So to me, this is a nice balance of a lot of contrasting notes, but For me, I think it is because of the iris, the artemisia, and the patchouli. It leans very classic. I wouldn't say that this is like a fun and young scent. It's more of a serious scent. This is like a grand entrance to a room if you wear it. It's something that you could wear for the opera or like a very nice dinner in a dark restaurant that is just slightly lit up by candles. That is what I see when I smell this perfume. So these were the new perfumes in my collection. Let me know if you've tried any of them and what you think of them. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.